Hey guys, it's Cece, and today I'm here to talk about my 2016 reading year and all of my goals going into 2017. So last year, around this time, I made a video all about my goals going into 2016, and I thought, since now that 2016 is over, it'd be good to check in and see how I did on those goals. And before I do that, I also actually want to talk about some general statistics for what I read in 2016. So in 2016, I read a grand total of 124 books. That is my final total that I hit the very last day of 2016. Of those 124, 5 of those books were nonfiction, 18 of them were comics or graphic novels, 11 were rereads, and 11 were books I read for school. Obviously, there are a lot more designations and such that I can put these in, but these are just some of the things that I keep track of throughout the year because I like to motivate myself, especially to try to read more nonfiction and graphic novels and comics. Plus, I just like to keep track of rereads. So that is why I have these statistics in particular. Plus, I am an English major, so 11 books for school. Yeah, I have to read a lot for school. I'm an English major. Of all of these authors, 34% of them were male, 59% of them were female, and 7% of these books were either written by multiple people or they were written by people who do not identify as either male or female. So there you go, those are just some general statistics as far as my reading year goes. In 2016, this is what it all looks like in number form here at the end. So now I want to talk a little bit about some of the goals that I set myself in 2016 and whether or not I achieved those goals. I'm going to be straightforward and say that some of these I did not accomplish at all. One of my first goals in 2016 was to branch out a bit more from YA. I really enjoy young adult books, but some of my favorite books have been not young adult, and so I wanted to challenge myself to try to branch out a bit more from that, and I can definitively say that I did not do that at all. I still read plenty of stuff that wasn't YA, but it was just about the same number as I usually read or have read in years past. So I don't really get a check mark on that one. Though I would like to continue to try to do that moving forward. That's not one of my official goals for 2017, but I really want to try to push myself to do that again. One of my goals was also to wrap up or complete or catch up on a lot of series, and that really didn't happen either. Really, the only thing that happened is that over the year, I decided a lot of series that I really wanted to finish, I didn't want to finish at all. So I did check off some series that I no longer have to read, but it's not because I had a bunch of great accomplishments over the year. I'm mostly okay with that. It's just me getting older and deciding which series I don't want to read, but 2017, actually going to accomplish some series stuff going forward. I really am. Another one of my goals was that I wanted to branch out more with graphic novels and comics, and I think that this is both a yes and a no as far as me accomplishing it. I did not actually read more graphic novels and comics this year than I did in 2015. In fact, looking at it, it looks like I read one less than I did last year. However, I do want to give myself checks and props and whatever else for branching out more into stuff that I wouldn't have normally picked up. It was about being willing to read stuff that is unexpected and to try a lot of new things, and I definitely think I accomplished that. I read multiple comics about superheroes, which are not my thing at all, but I actively tried. I branched out and tried a lot of new series, picked up plenty of graphic novels from the library, and in general, I just think that I did branch out more as far as what I am willing to try to read, and so I'll give myself some props for that. One of my goals for my channel was to do more reviews. I did that for most of the year and then failed a little bit at the end, but they'll be coming back. I'm working on it. I also set a goal for myself to read books that I wanted to read and to not allow myself to be swayed by hype, just to focus on what I think I would actually enjoy. I really do feel I mostly did this. However, I did get a little too gung-ho about this as far as review books went, because someone would send me an email about a review book, and if it was diverse in any way, I'd be like, yeah, I want to read that, and then I got a little bit behind. So really, I may have gone into that goal a bit too enthusiastically. There are 2 goals that I set for myself that I 100% accomplished. One of those was I did accomplish my Goodreads goal of reading over 100 books in a year. I set my goal for 100, I read 124, so check mark on that. I also read every book on my list the top 16 to read in 2016. I read everything on that list, even though some of them I really did not want to finish. I accomplished it, and I felt really, really good about setting really firm TBR goals for myself and then checking those off. So pleased with myself on those two accounts. So overall with 2016, I'm pretty pleased with how my reading went. I think that I did branch out and try a lot of things that I might not have picked up a few years ago. I tried to promote the books that I really want to be promoted on this channel and that I think uphold the standards that I set for myself with this channel. And even though I did have a couple of months of not great ratings at the end of 2016, I still feel really good about my reading year overall, what I got accomplished, and a ton of the new books that I read. So 2016, reading-wise, I'm a pretty big fan, and I think that I did what I wanted to do in the end. And now it is time to talk about all of my new goals going into 2017. I have a whole new list, of course, of goals that I would like to accomplish this year, so let's jump in and talk about those. So since I was talking about this earlier, I do want to say that I want to be more selective with my review books. As I said, if I get an email and the book has like a queer main character, then I tend to just go for it most of the time. It is because of my goal of trying to promote as many queer books on this channel as possible. However, it has allowed me to get behind on my review books, and that doesn't make me feel great. I really want to be able to be on top of the review books that I receive while also having time to read what I want to read. So I want to be more selective and really want to read books when people reach out to me. I think that's better for me, and I think it's better for the people who are asking me to be a reviewer. So that is one of my goals. Also, I would like to not save my TBR goals for the last minute, sort of like I did last year. In December, I had to read way more of my books from my top 16 to read in 2016 list than I wanted to. I should have spread that out much better over the entirety of the year, so I really need to not put these goals off to the very, very end of 2017. My third goal is simple, and that is I want to read 100 books again in 2017. This has not gone up. I have achieved this goal both of the previous years that I've set it for myself, but I just feel like this is a pretty good number for me and I don't need to set it any higher. My fourth goal is to read at least one 2017 new release every single month. Whether or not that book came out that month, I have to read a book that was released this year, 2017, at least every month. I hype a lot of books that are anticipated. I just posted a video yesterday all about my most anticipated queer releases, and then they end up getting put off, and I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to be more on top of pre-ordering the books I really want to read, and I absolutely will read a new release book every single month this year. At number 5, I would like to read every book on my top 15 to read in 2017 list. That is a video I posted a couple of weeks ago, and I will link it up on the screen if you would like to go watch it. Those are just books that I really want to get to in 2017 that I have set goals for myself to read throughout the year, and I want to check off each and every one of them. At number 6, I would like to read 2 books by Agatha Christie. This is sort of a random goal, but it's because I didn't really want to put it on my top 15 to read in 2017 list the way I did with Dean Koontz books last year. I wanted this to be a more general goal. I really, really love Agatha Christie, but I always find myself putting off reading her books because there are more exciting books that I would like to read, and I don't want to do that. I want to give myself a reason to go and pick up a couple of her books. Really, I would love to read And Then There Were None this year, and I'm not sure what I want to read for my other book, but I would really love to read 2 books by Agatha Christie by the time 2017 ends. Goal number 7, I would like to actually finish some series. Unlike last year, I would really like to accomplish this goal. I have a few lined up that I feel like I will be able to finish throughout this year, and that makes me happy. It'll make me feel really great to check off some of these books. Plus, these are series that I'm much more enthusiastic about than a lot of the series that I decided I didn't want to finish anymore throughout this year. So that'll be a really good goal for me. I'm really excited to finish up the Lunar Chronicles or the Shades of Magic series, or even to finish up Throne of Glass as it stands, I think. Is this the end? Are we done with Throne of Glass now? I want to check off some of these bigger series that I've started and maybe get into some older ones. That'll just make me feel really good. Goal number 8 is to just continue to be really creative with the content that I'm posting on this channel. I am very proud of what I accomplished in 2016. I started a couple of new video series that I love. My HP Chats and my If You Like That, Try This series were both creative endeavors that I have felt really, really good about, and that I think you guys have responded to just fantastically, so thank you. I obviously want to continue to do those series, but I also want to continue to push myself out of my box and to do videos that aren't some of the traditional videos that we all do here on BookTube. I just really enjoy being able to be incredibly creative, and so I want to be able to keep doing that. Maybe starting some new series, just doing some general videos about stuff that might not be books. I want to be more creative with what I post on this channel. My ninth goal is to post more discussion videos. I really enjoy discussion videos because it allows me to spend a lot of time talking about one thing, and I love doing that. My HP chats are definitely discussion videos, and I love doing those, but I also love my general discussion videos. I did one last year about girl hate that I'm still really proud of, and I love doing them. The reason that I do them less often is because I sometimes don't have a lot of ideas for discussion videos that I think you guys will find interesting. So if you have general discussion videos that you would like me to do, general discussions that you think would be interesting to hear me talk about, do you have those? Leave them down in the comments below, I'd love to hear. Also, when I was asking for videos that you guys would like to see in 2017, a lot of people said you would like me to do videos about other fandoms besides Harry Potter, do some videos like my HP chats, but for other stuff I'm interested in. I would love to do those things. I just have a lot of fandoms, and I'm not sure what kinds of stuff you guys might be interested in. And while a lot of my channel goals are about making stuff that I'm proud of, I also want to make things that you're interested in. So if there are specific fandoms or specific things in fandoms you would like me to discuss, you can leave those down below too. Don't get me wrong, I love discussing Harry Potter and will continue to do that, but I would love to discuss, like, Doctor Who, or even Supernatural, or a variety of other things I love, but I'd just like some ideas for what kinds of videos you guys would be interested in me doing. And my 10th goal going into 2017 is to push myself to post more songs on this channel. Many people may not know this, but when I actually started this channel, it was because I was writing a lot of parody songs, and so I was uploading those. A couple of them are still there back at the beginning of my channel. I have not removed them. Does not necessarily mean you have to go watch them. But 2016, I pushed myself and I posted an original song over the summer. It was all about reorganizing my bookshelves and how often I do it. It was just sort of a silly song, but it has been so long since I've written music, and it made me so excited to be able to write that and to share with you. And it made me remember how much I have missed writing my silly songs. So I would like to post more in the future, and in fact, I have one that I'm going to be posting in January about Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. Sneak peek, now you know what the song's about. But I would like to continue to push myself to be creative and to write more songs because I've missed it, and I think that that's a great goal for myself because I love music and I play ukulele and I play guitar constantly, so I want to write more music. Okay guys, there you go. That is my 2016 reading year in review, as well as my goals for 2017. If you have any goals going into 2017, please leave those down below, whether or not they're related to reading. Just general New Year's resolutions that you might have would be interesting for me to hear too. Were any of your reading goals the same as mine? And of course, discussions, fandom, or general discussions that you're interested to hear. Help me out. I'd love to know what you guys want me to talk about. I hope that you have a great 2017 reading year or otherwise. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!